Hey, what's up, Dean? Sear Performance. We are at the shop Friday, November 24th, I think, day after Thanksgiving, whatever. Um, and back up on the lift. But I finally got the crossover tube. It actually today wasn't too hard. So what I did was, you can see a green line on that tube. So I kind of looked, and that's actually where the two lines are running inside that tube. It's the vertical. So I had the tube spun a little bit off. So it just was not connecting right, I guess. So I lined that up, and actually for some reason today was able to push the tube up by hand, pull it far enough that I can get it in, and it was just barely touching, like it just was touching inside the inside lines. So I just kept pulling it back enough and giving it a little turn and pushing it, and all of a sudden it pushed in. And I didn't do the locking ring, I just put the ladder back. But I took the ladder and I stabbed the fuel pump relay and triggered the pump, and all of a sudden the pressure came up immediately. So I definitely have it connected. Then I came back, basically just pushed, and the locking ring went. Both tabs on the locking ring are in. It all worked. Like, I didn't have to use the ratchet strap, nothing. Like, I don't know what the deal was, or if I was just tired. I don't know. But it was finicky. I'll give it that. But I'm going to pull the ratchet strap off, get all the lights off, throw the exhaust back on. I did not take the tire off and the inner wheel out. So I'm just going to get everything back together, put the plates underneath, and then lower the car down, and hopefully we will hear it run for the first time with the blower. I will say, as much as it cranked over, the blower belt stayed, well, the serpentine belt stayed perfect. So we should be good. So I'm going to get it back and drop down. All right, so I got everything back in. Muffler, tailpipe, pans, everything's back on. So in doing all that, letting the car down, I did build this pressure gauge out of what was a thermostatic switch for like a transmission cooler fan. So that little piece screwed in, the thread on it was really tiny. Some weird tiny little thread. So I took that out, I drilled it, tapped it 1/8 MPT just temporarily, but you can see it's still holding 30 plus pounds, like 32 pounds. So it wouldn't do that before. It wouldn't build any pressure before. So definitely should be good. I got the MAF sensor pigtail coming. The barbs are coming. Unfortunately, they won't be here till like Monday, which I won't have them here till Tuesday. So that kind of puts a little bit of a delay, because I pretty much have most everything done. I got to wire the intercooler pump. I'm going to take this back out and cut the like thermostat cap, put a plate over it. I was going to leave it, but it's a very low point on it, so I'm not going to bother. But try and get the catch can done today. I think I should have everything to do the catch can. I just got to decide where I'm going to put it, and then get this plate built. But I got to get the tank out first in order to cap that off. Then once I cap that off, I can mount it permanent. It's mounted in there now by the tabs. It's screwed right into the front bumper frame, whatever you want to call it. So it's pretty solid. So I just got to pop it out, cut it, weld it, put it back in. That's done. It's 100% in, but I kind of want to hear it run. I'm hoping it'll run. Should run now that it has fuel. You got to get the key. Fingers crossed. It ran. Didn't stay running. Probably the MAF sensor. There it goes. There it goes. No, it's not obnoxiously loud, which is good. Sheesh. There goes my dirty hands burning off. Boy, it stinks so bad. My hands, they're dirty. Oh, open. Oh, the gauge is reading good again. Whoa, that sounds cool. All right, enough playing. All right. Happy about that. That is definitely cool. Keeping fuel pressure 56-ish, somewhere around there, 52, 54. Yeah, stupid horn. So yeah, do the catch can. This sort of diffuser. Wait for the rest of the parts and then tune it. Bolt the hood on. If I get enough up front done, I'll test fit the hood. So yeah, moving right along. But I will I'll finish the video off the end of the day, see where we're at. Just a quick note, this is not how you cut something. Like, just absolutely butchered this factory like panel, and it had these go on it to like make up for the air box to sit in there, but like just absolutely butchered. So I gotta trim some out, and I don't know what I'm gonna do, but try and kind of clean the edge, straighten it out. But this is where I'm gonna attach my aluminum. This panel's already made. It's already got holes to mount it. It's got this sensor, which I would assume is like ambient air to read in the car somewhere. I don't know, on the dashboard or that projection thing on the windshield. So might as well just use what I have, make a smaller panel. So I'm going to trim it out to fit the heat exchanger radiator, and then I'll just make a small panel that I'll attach. I mean, even the holes are, wonky, but I'll probably insert these. Well, it's plastic. I'll probably just do a bolt and a nut in it. The nice button head ones. So we'll see. All right. So everything's back. As you can see, now the hood is on the car. It fits pretty good. I'm not a body guy, but the gap on this side is a little wider here, And then it's a little wider up there, so it tells me the hood kind of needs to shift a little bit, which makes sense because the lines are just a hair off. Not really, but I don't know. I mean, it's a fiberglass aftermarket hood. Fits good. I got the latches all done up. I don't know. Fits good. So it's a cool hood. It's not a big cowl. It's just a, I don't remember what they called it, but just to fit the Whipple. That's pretty much it. The only thing I do wish was that the back was open. It's not open. So it's, you know, non-functional cowl, I guess. Reach in here. Pop the hood. So both sides pop. Alright, so everything's back on the car. I took the intake tube off. I made the plate to go down. I had to just notch just a little bit in the plastic and then in the aluminum plate that I made. But I bolted it on with some rivet bolts. So looks like it's just barely touching the air filter right there. Barely touching it. Which in reality you could notch the hood a little. Kind of put a little groove in it, but not worried about it. So the latches are on, the rubber stops are on. I think this one's in a little too far. I buried this one in. It's a little better. But I did have to adjust the latches. This one had to go forward about an eighth, a little more than an eighth. That one had to go forward and up to catch that latch. But catches pretty good. I don't know. I don't own a Corvette, so I don't know the hoods, how they shut all the time. Yeah, see? Like, there's an impression of a hole, but they didn't bother to put the hole. It'd be nicer if they actually cut that open, maybe put a screen or something in it. But then again, what do I know? So that plate is made. Excuse me. I got the heat exchanger radiator in. Tubes are on it. What I ended up doing was cutting off that cap, welded in a 3/8 MPT bung, used the stainless 90, routed the hose through the shroud, up under all this stuff. It's right there. And then over to the can, which I made a 1/4 inch plate, piece of aluminum, bolted it on. I tapped the aluminum, put the screws in it, and then bolted it down to the head. It's wider than I would have liked, but my intention was to catch the second bolt hole down there, but it just misses that second bolt hole. And the one bolt is like ridiculously tight. So in theory I could put coolant in this. I don't have it. I'm going to use a jug of water wetter. Supercharger ran. Still got good oil level, so that's good. It doesn't have the big whine. I mean, I'm only revving it like $3 grand. It's just on a base tune from Justin right now. Basically injector data. It's missing the MAF sensor, so that's probably a huge issue. But it starts right up. Runs pretty good. Yep, there it is. See, I always find the little things that I just don't like. So, just trying to get this clip open again for the wiring harness to sit in. Yahoo! Stupid little clip. Come on. Hold on. Okay, I got the clip back on. Said it holds the wiring harness. Nothing holds the latch, I guess. That's weird to me, but maybe I'll put a zip tie on it. Everything's connected, plugged in. Got to fill the jug, top off the coolant. I did notice that. I got to take off the fuel pressure gauge that I put on there. Yeah, and then swap out that end, which, like I said, it'll be here Monday, so I won't be able to do that till Tuesday. Catch can's the last thing to do, and I just really maybe just mount it down there. Why does this side look like it has more room? Oh, just because of the hose. Maybe I'll just put the catch can right there. I have a bracket that I could use. I could bolt the catch can to the bracket and bolt the bracket to the frame. Could do that. And then I just gotta attach the hood light, which goes up here. Something like that, I think, or like that. I can't really remember. Which I'll do real quick. And pretty much for today, that is it. Yeah, so I could go look at the other hood, but I really don't want to. I don't know. Probably goes like that. Probably hit something though. My luck. Might have. No. I have no idea. I'll have to go look at the other hood and see where this went. Man, that thing is noisy. That's ridiculous. But, well, like I was saying, I'll look at the other hood, put some self-tappers in it. But I am going to try to fix, here it is. That's what I was looking for. Throw everything on the ground, huh? That bracket there. And then there's some nuts and bolts. Well, there's bolts. There's one nut. There was another nut. Probably on the floor, like everything else. But yeah, let me see what I can do. Alright. Everything's done that I could do. So, hood, blah, blah, blah. Pop it open. The light comes on. Mount the light pretty much exactly where it is on the other hood, the original hood. What I did, alls I did was self-tap the hood with 1/4 and then use some button heads. The hood is thick. It's thin here, but in tons of areas, it's really, really thick. Thick enough, anyways. It's just a light. But I got the catch can mounted. Found a spot for it. I just spun the negative battery cable over. Just kind of pushed them down. Attached it to the hood hinge. Bent the bracket. I also welded both sides over here, because once you bend aluminum, it pretty much breaks. If you were to ever look, it's hard to see on this one, but if you were to ever really look at a bend, it fractures the aluminum. So to bend it back, it snaps it. But I got both hoses hooked up, zip tied them together, so it kind of cleans them up a little bit. Attached to the catch can with the same kind of clamps pointing in at each other so that there's no edges out here. But that's all done. So really the only thing I have left to do, I moved this hose over, so it now routes along here. I'll probably zip tie it to the AC hose. It's really all I could see to do, but I shortened it. Much fiberglass everywhere. And I also drilled and shoved a little wire holder in, but I shortened that hose, reclamped it on. So really all that's left to do on this is the MAF sensor pigtail, and fill the heat exchanger with coolant and wire the pump and tune it, obviously, and paint the hood. But other than that, it's done. Starts, idles, somewhat good. Obviously, it's just a base tune from Justin with the injector data, the new map sensor, So, I mean, for it to start and run, I'm cool with that. But yeah, that's it for this video. I don't really have anything else to do right now with this in the way. This is kind of in the way. So, and until I get that pigtail, I can't really do nothing with it. Land speeder is pretty much done. Just waiting for that to get picked up so he can start using it and trying it out. And then the Ranger. So I need to swap the Corvette and the Ranger, but I got nothing to do with it. That thing, I don't know. But for this one, that's it. Appreciate you watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified. Leave me a comment. Have a good day.